trap. But even if we can't, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. Oh, right. It's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick, we have...
You've already fulfilled your task as guide.
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross. And you're in... Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I... Don't you think that trying to... Stopping...
So you've been planning...
As one... She will get that which she desires. I'm not at the time for discussion either way. The battle.
Battle?
When Signora offended the deity, instead of confronting you, when she faces a word. But as for me...
We won't let what happen...
Oh, besides, you could never Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint. Are we all ready?
Faster? Okay, faster.
So quick to flee.
Oz, reveal thyself. I some.
How unbecoming. A fine opportunity. Cowering already? Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more seriously. Haha, good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
Orders received. Faster?
No use hiding back there. All you do is run. Gotcha.
Fast. My royal...
Mein Fräulein.
Life goes on.
I'll crush you. You've got some skills.
Faster? Okay, faster.
No use hiding back there.
My royal decree!
My turn.
Into the fight!
All you do is run. Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But That's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now! Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
This is going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you!
We didn't take it! Okay, faster.
Die here.
You're a cut above.
Look! Childe's back to normal.
Well then, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you. We didn't.
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend, even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Pretty sure that's not.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again. In fact, It might be that the Exuvia was...
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond. As such, we must now look to...
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. I absolutely detest... The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle with any dull and boring weaklings who think... Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's...
A god?
Osile, overlord of the... If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a...
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are... Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a with the power of using the powers, but knowing that such a... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. What's going on? Exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber... Do we make it in time? As the Overlord of the...
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just see...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered...
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? Wait, all of you were...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it peaked. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an end.
I suppose this is... So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here, we haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
Empire manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
No rest for...
It isn't time for fight yet! No slacking off! Fight to the end.
An unfortunate fault!
Odd, reveal thyself! I summon thee!
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
Get the energy! That light from your body, it's like a tiny giant curse! Wow, it's Madam Pink's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Freshness for joy, great shield!
Get them! Nice spike!
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganya's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! Help! Legionnaire is attacking me!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them back.
Yes, this is it.
This should be fun!
As you wish.
other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Oz reveals a huge darkness. Come, sever night from day.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally
The ominous aura of that monster. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make it.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor...
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the...
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloudrit. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited... At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion it has become the palace It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be... Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the...
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be...
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a...
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of... I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised.
All right, all right.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks, although I am a...
Huh? Why does everyone look so
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make... Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please...
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to
Huh?
because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue, the country of contract, although their blood is the time of contract.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the conqueror of demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the... Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is better.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got... Childe wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adepti-less rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshan Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshan Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell...
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he...
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went... Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui... We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
New stock at Siguen.
Race you!
What should I put in my letter?
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring cake? Oh, it seems that some of your...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, what... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is...
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but besides, I thought we were getting along quite well. Nothing personal. We just... The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm... You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind.
What in the world are you talking?
The contract is fulfilled.
How sanctimonious.
What? So, no, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa.
Yeah, you don't think you went
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes.
Wait.
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I...
Oh, Zhang...
But as I began to was Liyue this... So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe, the Adepti, and the Liyue... That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard...
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you...
Of course. And it would have... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so...
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet... And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Senora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. These things were all... I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. They seized the opportunity to supplant...
That doesn't sound...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I...
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter.
Fine. I'll meet you there later.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trick...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is Faith, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
You know that. Yeah, say.
Now that I mean it, still.
For.
Oh, well. So Rex Lapis is really. Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think. I don't think any of the goss. There's only one real.
The Fatui? They certainly are very.
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't.
Hear ye all! The chief, though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, gods and adepti live rumors, and having been thwarted, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixing's announcement said. So that's how they're spin. Something feels off. Could the Qixing... Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting is... Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the
3,700 years of contracts.
We, the people of Liyue, were in
the long, unending dream of our Archon
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn. Will you stand with the...
So concludes the work. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking up.
Is that the traveler who they...
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Perhaps.
But well...
As for them...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotion, and here you are looking...
Why would I not feel more at ease? After... Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating...
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you... But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as in when you...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't... In the City of Commerce, we do not... The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. No matter how many... I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true.
Paimon thinks...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis.
Paimon thinks we've heard...
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something of...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with but if a person shows true strength of will, this is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been...
That...
But starting from last year...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue...
They want to seize visions? But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine.
Whoa, that's
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue it. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? That said, I hinted as much to... How did I accomplish? All right then. Was there anything else?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Childe did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and... I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Childe's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your Gnosis, since Morax is dead... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Well,
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time.
This is terrible!
Yes, this is indeed a major well, I suppose we'll just...
Then, did you at least set some
Oh, a private fund. It's a...
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Kuching is absolutely right in saying that. Now, though, could the original... All right then. Was there anything else you wish? Well then, I suppose you'll...
This opportunity is quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me. Surrender is a valid option. I promise I'll be gentle. Passable effort.
Faster.
How
Okay, faster.
unbecoming. Poor timing. Passable effort.
Insubordination!
A clear shot. You've made some progress. Guess I should take you more seriously.
Odds reveal. I
No
summon
use
thee.
hiding back there.
At the price.
All you do is run.
Nice and spicy. By royal decree.
You've got some skills. Got you.
Your strength is praiseworthy. I too shall use all of mine. So, don't you dare disappoint me. Foul legacy, the devouring deep!
there's nothing better to do.
Come with me.
I saw
Understood.
We can do this!
Faster? Okay, faster. Faster?
Understood.
I created another universe and founded Paradise.
Hey, look, she's... Oh, but because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. What? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they... Oh, you must mean So, this imaginary friend of yours. When does Paimon get... Seriously? So, Imagine imaginary friends. Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. No way! Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but...
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting you here.
Tone-deaf bard.
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Why does the thought...
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Dangerous?
That's right. Looks like a monocle, but actually it's called an urnop. Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out.
Huh?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some If you want to know for sure, just ask her your...
So, you can see them? Go on.
Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
So it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Flora from the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed, you know? Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
There it is! Behold...
Wait, imaginary friends can be plants?
Hi, Traveler. Hi, Bard. Sure, how can I help? Oh, Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend.
No fair.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a
What's wrong with it? I always wanted to be friends with a...
Friends with a flying plant?
Because then when it's windy, you and your friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's...
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventure. I think his name was... Stanley. Stanley's and you can tell he's an expert at it from he's in the...
That sounds...
Flora's, pretty...
Come on.
Which child shall we interrogate next?
Paimon's thinking. Oh, how about that little guy on the bridge?
Well...
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard? Paimon's freaking out right now.
What say we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line. Serious? How about we... Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of...
If anyone tries to shoot my pigeons, I'll get my friend on them.
fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Don't waste my time.
Be safe. May the animal Archon protect you.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss...
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused, even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say...
Just drink responsibly on my...
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along...
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off...
I see no reason to cling to things that have outlived them.
Is that so? Then I trust you were most swift in deep...
Sorry. I have no...
That's odd. Because Master Diluc definitely has a vase at home. A
Seems our suspicions were right.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up?
This raises an interesting... Let's go and check. How about Ellen? Someone of her age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Uh-oh. Somehow Paimon finds the idea of not being able to see Ellen's imaginary friend kinda scary. Jean? What? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend? So she's so determined. Are you all?
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventure.
So that you...
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
I was thinking... How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
I summon thee!
All right, let's go.
Shame. Didn't man... How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't man... How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't... How can I smash all these training dummies at once? can't decide whether pyro slimes taste better with salt.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
Shame. Didn't... How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't... How can I smash all these training dummies at once? Shame. Didn't manage... How can I smash all these training dummies at once?
Back at ya!